Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. This is the fourth part of a tutorial series about making trap beats. So now we're gonna learn how to create basic 808s in Ableton. And if you want to use the same 808 as me, you can find the sample pack in the description. It will take you to my website where you can use a promo code to download it for free. So let's create some 808s. Okay, welcome back. And today I'm gonna show you how to create that 808 that is really boomy and the bass to rumble all the speakers at home. So the first thing we want to do is to find an instrument, rack, all results, and we take the instrument rack. We can rename it by right-clicking, press rename, call this one 808, right-click and change the color. And down here it says drop an instrument or sample here. So we're going to use a sample for this. We can go to my sample packs, go into 808s, and listen to them. So let's take the C, which is the note C on a keyboard. And to play it, we just have to make sure we have armed the track, put on the keyboard up here, and we can press the letter A. And if we make a new pattern, we can get up the keyboard. And to zoom in, we just have to left click here and drag to the right with the mouse. If we drag to the left, we zoom out. Let's drag so we see a little better. Press A again. And we play the note number C. So to make sure this 808 actually is in C, we can load up something called a tuner. Put it on the track and play C. If we play D, it's a D. But we can also see it's a little detuned. It's like 2 cents too high. So to change that, we can go into the controls of the sample and go to the detune here. If we transpose it, we can transpose it a whole step, a whole note. So if I play the C, we now get a C sharp. If I transpose it 2 steps, we get a D. So let's put it back at 0 and just change it 2 cents lower. So that's the detune, negative 2 cents. And now we can see it's perfect. And let's record this 808. So to record it, just delete this pattern, make sure it's armed, and press record. And make sure you have the metronome mode and the count into 1 bar. We can open the pattern and we can press this fold to make sure that we only see the note that we have notes on. And you can see I was messing it up totally. So to fix that, we could mark everything, right click, quantize. But first we just check the settings. So quantize settings, and here we can choose where to quantize it to. So let's take 1/8 and we can adjust the note to quantize the start and the end, or just the end. But we just want to quantize the start of it. And here we can choose the amount. Do we want to quantize it completely so it's perfect on grid? Or do we want to keep some of my playstyle to make it more human? I'm gonna quantize this 100%. And you can see they jumped. So let's listen to it now. So I messed up totally here. So let's drag this one. And there we have it. I can turn off the metronome and you can work from here and maybe change the timing of it to your liking. Or you could, if you don't want to record it by hand, you can just double click a pattern and try and find C3, which is here, and double click the notes in. Make sure it's playing and drag the notes out to let the sample play. But I would recommend you to actually copy the kick drum pattern. But I would like to change one kick, which I don't really like. So let's do that first. Maybe just remove it could sometimes be the solution to a problem. Something like that, maybe. Let's go back to our 808. Oh, no, sorry. Now, when we have our kick drum pattern made and we like it, we just copy the kick drum. We go back to the 808, press the start of it, Control V to paste. And we make sure that the length is the same. So the length was 4. And we can drag notes out so the sample is playing. Let's see. And we can hear it's slightly not playing the same place as the kick drum, and that's because we have this groove, right? So let's select it and use the same groove on the 808. And now we can hear it's perfectly matched. So to make it a little more fun, we maybe want to change some of the notes. So let's just take some of these MIDI notes and pull them up or down. And this last one we can send up a whole octave, which means from a C3 to a C4. And by doing that quick, we can hold mark it, hold shift and arrow up, and we send it up an octave. Let's listen now. Cool. So now we have an 808 and a drum pattern. Let's fix the 808 so it's a little fatter, a little boomier. First of all, we can load up an EQ. We can remove the tuner. And we can make a low pass filter. So we make sure we press on low pass, which means we remove all the sound, all the high sounds of it. Now we don't hear anything. But this is just to make sure that there is no high frequencies playing, like disturbing the sound. And maybe we want to lower some part of the sound because it might be muddy. So to get a little more view of it, we can press this arrow here to make the equalizer bigger. And we can take this here and listen. To make some settings, you can go down here and see number 3 here. And if we use this, we can make it more sharper or bigger. So this is a really nice 808 sample from the beginning. So it's really, I don't have to EQ this as much. So I'm just gonna lower it around 250 Hertz. A little, just you can see here to the left that it's lowered like 2 dB at 246 Hertz. And then I'm gonna make a high pass filter here. And this one is just gonna be a little one here. So because these frequencies we don't even hear. Under 20 Hertz we can't hear the sound. So I'm just gonna remove a little of that because to remove that rumble. And then I might boost something around here when it's playing a lot. Cool. So we can hear it's a little fatter now. Another thing we can use, and this is a nice trick, we can use the drum bus again, but on the 808. So let's load it up and listen. Yeah, it's a lot fatter. And here we can use the boom, because the boom is that like boom. And now it's going a little too high, so let's trim the volume down, like -6. So what I was looking for here is where to boom it, and I wanted to boom around 65 Hertz, which is the note C. So here you can see which note the boom will work most on, and since I know this sample is in C, and we're gonna be in the C scale, I'm gonna boost C here. And we can solo to match the volume. First we turn it off. Around -12, put it on. So now it's a little fatter, which is nice. We could also add some distortion if we want to. A distortion on an 808 could be really cool, and a lot of trap beats use it. So we start for distortion. And let's take this awful one. Or we could use some other distortion if we would like to. But I'm gonna keep it clean for this time. So I'm gonna remove it and just keep it as it is, because I like this dark sound. And we can see we're clipping a little. So let's lower the tracks, and we can do it here. -3 dB, -3 dB. And we do not distort. So that was everything for this tutorial, how to create a fat 808 to your trap beat. I see you in the next one.